Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let Us Suck and Live Proof Podcast. I'm your host, Ian Hilton. And today, I want to go over something really important for those who do not own a house but are like renting, renting a house or something like that, going through like a rental property. I really want to talk about this just because my wife and I have been dealing with this rental property out in here in Hinesville, Georgia. I'm going to put down, well, I shouldn't put them on blast. I should. But this rental company that we've been going through have just been the absolute pits. Like they just suck. I mean, I'll go in further into that. But the reason why I want to put this out, this video out, is because it's whether or not if you're civilian or if you're military and you're just moving around because of your job or whatever, just I want to put this out just to be. I'm going to give you some pointers on. On what to look for, what to be advised about, and what to look out for, and making sure that you're covered and that you're not signing into something that's going to hurt you in the future and like during that process of you staying in that certain rental property. So I'm going to talk to you about our experience. So our experience has been really shitty in this house. When we first moved in here into this house in Georgia, all the walls were mismatched paint. Like you can see, it was like semi-gloss with gloss. So like if you open a window or you turn on a light, you can see like different shading in the wall. You know, it just looks stupid. It's the same type of paint, but it's just gloss and non-gloss, I guess, whatever you call it. We are currently renting. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. So it's a four bedroom, 2 bath house. And when we first got in here, we were only using 3 out of the 4 because this room that we're in right now, my office, we didn't use for 6 months. The reason why is because this flooring and the carpet was cat piss stained. It was soaked through the pad and everything, and it smelled terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And we confronted our rental company through it, and they said, well, hey, we'll send in another carpet cleaning guy, but that's the best we can do. So they sent one out, and sure enough, 2 days later, like with the heat and the sun coming through the window, it still smelled like cat piss and urine, like cat urine. And so we were like, hey, like I understand that you guys sent out a cleaning company to come and clean the carpet and to rid of the cat smell, but we need something better than that because it still reeks of cat urine, and that could really do something to our health, really hurt us with our health. So they sent out a carpet guy to assess the situation, and he was basically like, hey, I can tell it smells terrible, it smells like cat piss, and the cat urine has soaked through the pad, so I recommend the owners go ahead and pay for a new carpet. And they were like, and the owners told the rental company, no, we're not doing that. It's just ridiculous. They can live with that. Like, are you fucking serious right now? We can live with cat. So we're paying for 4 rooms, but we're only using 3 of them. And you think it's acceptable for cat piss to be in a room and can smell like that, you know? So we had to go to JAG, because we're military. So we went to JAG, and our first lawyer screwed us because she was on con leave and she just had all this bullshit going on. After not hearing anything from our JAG attorney, we actually went back and scheduled an appointment with another one, and she really helped us out. And she sent a letter saying, "Hey, this is a health hazard, and it's stated in this Georgia code, blah 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 blah, whatever." And they were like, "Oh fuck, we need to do this like right now. We need to change this carpet." So it just literally took a fire underneath our ass to go ahead and get this accomplished. You can tell that this company is amateur and they don't really know what they're doing, and they're not very customer service friendly. So we've been dealing with this for almost 2 years. I don't know why we've been staying here for 2 years, but whatever. Um, yeah, so that's what we've been through, and that's sort of the reason why I want to do this video, because I want to help you guys out with all the shit that we've been through and just kind of give you some pointers and some things to avoid with renting. So, number one, overview your lease. Make sure that you go over every single detail of your lease. Make sure that um, uh, if you can, go with it, go over with it with your leasing agent and yourself, like face to face. So that way, they're not just sending an email out for you to just figure it out by yourself and read it by yourself, or uh, have them not explain it to you. And with that being said, a lot of leasing agencies will take advantage of younger people, like newlyweds, or newlyweds that are in the army or the military, or just newlyweds in general, because they think that they're ignorant. And they're just gonna be like, oh my god, a new house! Oh, thank God, we have all this now. We have this and that, and they're like, yes, just sign the contract. You don't want that shit. Fuck no. Um, and go over your contract and do it face to face with them. So that way, um, if you have any questions about the lease, you can say, hey, like right there on the spot with them, be like, hey, I don't understand about this. I don't understand what's that about. Explain it to me. Instead of like sending that question through an email to where they don't have to respond to that. They could just be like, whatever. Just sign it, whatever. Just ask a lot of questions too. Ask a lot of questions. If you do not understand the lease, do not understand what their policies are, ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. A dumb question is unasked. Okay, I know that's really cliche and all this stuff, but it's the truth. I'm serious. Let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, and by the way, I actually started typing my notes on Microsoft Word, instead of writing down on a piece of paper. Yeah, that's good. I'm actually coming out of the dark ages. Yeah. I know I'm old, but I gotta get with the times here. So, if this agency that you're trying to lease through, if they turn down a face-to-face or like an over the internet, like a FaceTime interview or webcam, whatever, if they turn that down, that is a red flag. Go away. Do not lease with them. Do not, because that shows that they're not very customer friendly, and they're just in it for the money, and they already know that leasing or that rental property is shit. It's like filled with 10 dead bodies and a dead rat. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a red flag. Good advice there. Just stay away from it and move on to the next. Yep. And number two, down payment risks. Okay. The advice I give to you guys is view the property. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you a little backstory about what my wife and I went through to start it off. So, my wife and I were PCSing from Carson to Stewart, which is in Georgia, and we were on our way, and the leasing company called us saying, hey, we need the down payment in order for you to open the door, or in order for you to give you the keys so you can get inside the house. And we're like, okay, cool. I mean, we saw the property online with the pictures and all that stuff. So we paid them the down payment plus the first month's rent, which was, Jesus Christ, I think it was like $2,400. And we thought it was okay. But as soon as we showed up to the property, we noticed all those things that I told you in the beginning of this video. The cat piss floors, the mismatched paint. The backyard looked like a zombie apocalypse, like they threw chairs and there's paper that was shredded all over the fucking backyard. Like some guy just took a whole bunch of printing paper, threw it out in the backyard, and took a lawnmower and just ran it over with it, just because he could, like, the fuck, man. So that was a huge mistake for us. And you could tell that they knew that with that leasing company, they knew what they were doing. They knew that getting the money first before and locking with that contract, they knew exactly what they were doing. So we eventually got screwed in the end. So that's our backstory with that. So my main thing is to you, if you haven't got it already, is view the property before you sign anything, before you pay anything, like a down pot or a deposit, or anything like that. View the property before, or view the property to see if there's any mistakes, is there any damages, um, any deficiencies that you didn't see that they posted on their website. The last thing. So say if you have found the right property that you want to rent from, and you have a good understanding of the lease agreement, you've actually took the time or taken the time to look over the lease agreement, and what they expect of you and what you expect of them. As soon as you move into that property, take pictures. Take a lot of pictures of any damages, any deficiencies that were there when you first moved in. Like for us, we took pictures of the paint. We took pictures, and we have documents. Oh, and also have in writing of deficiencies you can't necessarily take a picture of. So keep every message that you have between you and the rental company. So you could save your ass. So say if you have legal issues, you have it right there saved. Keep it labeled. Keep it with you, because in the long run, when you eventually move out and you move out of your property, this doesn't come and bite you back in the butt if you don't have the right documentation of the pictures, or anything showing that the deficiency wasn't your problem. So that's one of the things that I really encourage you to do, is make sure that you have everything documented, so you don't get fucked. And the last thing, when you first move into, this goes back to reviewing the lease. I know I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but review the lease to see what you are responsible for, because a lot of these rental companies will come after you because you didn't review what the company expected out of you to maintain and make sure that if it's broken, you fix it. Like, for instance, my wife and I, we were stuck with a bill, because this is stupid. This is really fucking stupid. But we were stuck with a bill because the plumbing in our bathtub, like our shower, was clogged. And in our lease, we actually finally read it after this whole thing happened, was that we are responsible for the like plumbing. Like, say if our toilet gets backed up, or if our shower gets backed up with clogging hair or whatever, that we were responsible for that. So we tried everything to fix it ourselves, and we finally had to call a guy out to come fix it. And he stuck a snake down there. He got all the hair out, and it worked. It was fine. He fixed it. But we've only been in the house for almost 2 years, and I for sure know that wasn't all that was clogged. That wasn't from us. I know for a fact that was been there for a long time, But with that being said, that was our fault, because we didn't review the lease. We didn't review what we were responsible for. So, so I'm just telling you all this, guys, because, man, we've rented, oh my God, we rented probably 5 or 6 houses in the span of us being in the military, because we're constantly moving. And, we've been through a lot of crap with each agencies. God, I don't know how many times we've been to JAG, to try to fix things and fight for it, and how many fights I've been in with the leasing company. I've lost my cool with this certain agency countless times, just because they're not cooperative and they're just cheap, and they don't think they need to do anything. It's on us. It was our fault. But anyways, I'm just ranting. Hey, I hope you guys find this video very helpful. And give me a feedback, and please like and subscribe to my page, Living Proof, and Well That Suck podcast. And until next time, I'll be talking to this mic by myself. Anyways, that was really stupid. I'm sorry. All right, guys, have a good one.